Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the MORPHE 35i Icy Fantasy palette in collaboration with Pony Park. If that sounds like something that you're interested in hearing more about, please stick with me and we're going to get into it right now. So this is my review for this particular palette. This is the 35i Icy Fantasy palette from MORPHE. I picked mine up at Ulta so that I could use my coupon. It retails originally for $25. It comes in a unit carton similar to this packaging, and then you get this sort of pastel watercolor on the front, and you get just kind of a lilac color on the back. It has a 12-month shelf life, supposedly. I don't know anybody who follows that. Leave me a comment below if you follow that, because I certainly do not. When you open it up, you get these 35 colors. No mirror, thanks MORPHE. So 35 nice pretty colors. And then you do get names for the colors, but they only appear on this little sheet. So if you lose this sheet, you're out of luck. But I do like the color selection in here, and I'll talk a little bit about my favorite shades here in a moment. As far as pros and cons for the palette, I do think you get a good variety of shades in the palette. There are both warm tones and cool tones, so you can put together a lot of really pretty looks. Because there are different color families that are represented in this palette, you can do more rainbow type looks, or you can do more of a monochromatic look. I will insert some pictures of some of the different looks that I've done so that you can see some of the variety that this palette offers you. There are some deeper shades along the bottom row, so you can see those down here, mostly here, that will allow you to sort of round out a look, can deepen up a crease, can deepen up an outer corner, can do a lower lash line, so that you do have a more complete look. Now the cons for this palette, obviously, if you're of a deeper skin tone than me, which I'm practically a ghost, if you're of a deeper skin tone than me, this palette may not work for you. This may look very chalky, very ashy on you. I will insert some swatches of the palette on light skin tone and a deeper skin tone so that you can get a vibe for whether or not this might work for you. I do recommend using a white eyeshadow base for this particular palette because it's going to give the colors a chance to pop and be more vibrant, but it's not necessary. Today I just used concealer and I think the look came out just fine. It's definitely a soft wash of color. The last thing to consider in terms of the cons is the pressed glitter. There's one pressed glitter. It's this silver shade down here. I'm sure you can see it real easily. And I have not been able to confirm whether or not that's an eye safe glitter, so I personally have not used it around my eyes just because of the risk for irritation or abrasion, and I am not one to want anything to happen to my eyes, so I have skipped over using that shade so far, except for swatches. So now I'm going to go ahead and insert the swatches so that you can see what these colors look like on my skin tone as well as a deeper skin tone. And now that you've seen the swatches, you can go ahead and take a look at some of the looks that I've put together with this palette so that you can see the range that this palette can offer you. And lastly, we're going to talk about some of my favorite shades. So in this palette, I really like this Brilliant shade. It's sort of a transparent base with like a silvery white glitter in it. It works really nicely to go on top of the lid, on top of whatever color you use, just to add a little bit of extra sparkle and dimension. The same thing with this shade, which is Snow Glow. That works really nicely as an inner corner. You have this shade, which is Imagine, works really nice as a lid shade. It's sort of a frosty peach color. You have these two, which is Sky High and Coral Cloud. They work really nicely as all over lid colors. They also work really nicely to blend together. In the look that I have today, which is sort of a reverse smoky eye, I did use those two kind of on the outside because they kind of wash then into my regular skin tone. Rosy Haze looks really nice as a lower lash line, kind of smudged out color. It gives a lot of like glitter and dimension to the lower lash line. Cosmic Cool, I really like. It's nice and kind of a smoky blue-gray color. It's what I have on my inner corners today. I really do like using this shade to round out a lot of the looks that I've put together. Cold Snap is a frosty kind of blue color. I really like how this one ends up looking when you put it all over the lid, especially in combination with Into the Blue, which is right here. And I think I put a look together with these two that you'll see, or that you would have seen in the looks that I put together for this particular palette. And then these purple colors over here, Spellbound, Dreamer, Deliver Shiver, and Holothermia, are really nice because they can make a really nice purpley look. You've got sort of a frosty shade here. This shears out really nicely. It's what I have kind of in the beginning part of my crease in this look today. And then these two shades down here, Charmed and Black Ice, I really like to finish off some of these looks if I'm going more of this cool tone purple route. Overall, for $25, I think this palette is worth the money if you are of a lighter skin tone and you like pastels. If you're somebody that is not into these types of shades, or you're somebody with a deeper skin tone, I cannot guarantee that this palette is going to work well for you and that it's going to be worth the money. Certainly, I would recommend using a discount code, whether that's through Morphe's website directly or through Ulta's website with the $350 off 15 coupon that they always have, or potentially the 20% off non-prestige coupons that they sometimes put out. If you're thinking about this type of palette but you don't want to purchase from Morphe, there are some other companies that have put out similar palettes. For example, Nomad Cosmetics has put out a Tokyo themed pastel palette, which I'll put a picture of here. I'm going to be getting that palette soon in the mail, and I'll be doing a comparison video between that palette and this palette so you can decide which one you think would work better for you. The other palette that you could consider would be the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. That one has much more of these dual chromatic type shades, similar to like this one, this one, this one, and this one. And it has some brighter sort of rainbow shades as well, which you can sheer out to make look more pastel. So that would be another one to consider if you're thinking about this palette but you're not quite ready to make that purchase. All in all, like I said, use a white base on your eyelids. If you are of a fair skin tone and you're interested in pastels, I think you would be happy with this palette. Otherwise, I think it's an easy pass. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Leave in the comments section below if you're planning to pick up this palette, if you did, or if there's an alternative palette out there that is in this same kind of genre of pastel palettes that you think I should check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!